Make these if you dare. I'm going to be showing you today how to make these frightful Halloween balloon flowers. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artwork. So we'll start with the print balloons or the white balloons, depending on what you're using, and inflate with 3 strokes of the hand pump. So 1, 2, 3, take it off the hand pump straight away, put a twist in the neck of the balloon, and then just hold on to that balloon against the side of the hand pump. So we've not tied that off. 3 more strokes, 1, 2, 3. So these are inflated to approximately 4 inches. Okay, and make another one of those. And with your last print, inflate to 3 inches, put a twist in the neck, and then tie that directly into one of your duplets. Just wrap that around and then tie on to one of the necks. So you've got a cluster of 3 and a duplet, and just connect those together at the centre. We're going to inflate 5 of the 5-inch black round balloons with just 1 stroke of the hand pump. Put a twist in the neck. So the further you put these balloons down on the hand pump, the better when you are underinflating. So these balloons can be inflated to 5 inches, but we're just inflating with 1 stroke of the hand pump, which is about 3 inches. And sometimes the shine doesn't come through very well when they're underinflated. So we can just massage them like that to bring out the shine. And to help that as well, we can push the balloon far down onto the hand pump, and that's going to help bring out the shine as well. So wrap these together. If they're looking a little bit dull at the top, just give them a little squeeze to massage. And then with this last one, just twist the neck and then wrap that into that cluster there and just tie. And then we can connect these together as well. Just wrap around and you've got your cluster of 5. Next, using your last 2 5-inch round balloons, just inflate with 1 stroke of the hand pump and then tie. Okay, and we're going to split these in half. So position your finger either side of the knot and nozzle, and with this hand you're going to twist that way, and with this hand you're going to twist this way. So just twist and try to split the balloon in half. If the bubbles, and wrap that neck and nozzle around. If the bubbles aren't perfectly the same size, aren't identical, don't worry, it's not critical. We do the same thing with this one. So just twist round. Seems a little bit brutal, and if you haven't done it too many times, it can take a little bit of practice. And then just wrap the 2 sets of bubbles together, wrap around. Okay, so you've got your little cluster of 4. Next, we've got our 5-inch round, so just 1 stroke of the hand pump there and tie that off. And now we can connect everything together. So just flatten out your printed balloons and take one of the necks and just pull that up into the cluster of black balloons. Wrap that around a few times and then just let that go. Okay, and then we can turn this over. We can flatten out the black balloons, position them so that you've got 1 black balloon in between 2 of the print balloons. Take hold of one of the black necks, pull it through the centre there, into the back, and again wrap around. Okay, let go. And then if you notice, as is the case with mine, that one of them looks as though it's not sitting very well, then just swap places with one of the other balloons until everything starts to look a little more everything starts to look a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. everything starts to look right. Okay, so that's a lot better. Okay, so take hold of your white balloon and pull that into the centre, pull it into the back here with the neck, and just wrap that neck around a few times. Okay. To draw the scary face on the white balloon, you can use a Sharpie, either a fine point or a brush tip. I'm going to use the brush tip, but these can be tricky to get hold of in the UK, so if you haven't got a brush tip, just use the fine point. It will work pretty much as well for this. So we want to draw some sort of distorted eyes, okay? So I'm not worrying if these aren't remotely the same size or shape. If you know the Face to Scream, the Halloween Face to Scream, you'll know what I'm aiming for. And then, so those are the eyes, and then I kind of do a nose like that, and a big sort of gaping, screaming mouth, and then just colour that in as well. So the great thing about this is you don't have to have anything symmetrical. You know, it really doesn't matter if things aren't the same shape or size. So inflate your black balloon to a tail of, oh, probably a longer tail than that, maybe 7 or 8 fingers or so, and then tie. And then for bouquets, I like to finish off with a little poodle tail, a little bubble at the end. So I'm just snapping out the end of that balloon, and I think of it as relaxing the latex. Twist a bubble here, and then just loosely hold on to the tail at the same time as you press down onto this bubble, and that's just going to poodle tail the end for you, okay? And then we can take hold of this knot and nozzle on the 260 and just wrap it into that cluster of black balloons here. So that's what you've got. To connect the flowers together into a bouquet, I'm using a 160 white, which I am inflating with the hand pump rather than with the pocket pump. It's just something I prefer to do. Okay, and put a twist in there and tie. Okay, so that's what you've got, a tail of 3 fingers maybe. So the great thing about these flowers is, you know, if you're making them as a family, then you can have a little competition to see who can come up with the scariest face. Okay, so just gather your flowers together and put a twist into the end of your 160, or if you haven't got a 160, use a 260. Just use whatever you've got and whatever you can get hold of, and wrap that 160 into that bubble, okay? And then wrap that around again, and just again wrap it into the bubble there, and give your balloon a bit of a squeeze, and I'm going to go around once more. Okay, so we've got this little collar of 3 loops. I'm taking another 160 with a tail of about 4 fingers, and I'm going to make lots of loop twists, so flower petal twists, and don't worry, I don't want these to be the same size. In fact, when you're used to making loops that are the same size, it can be quite often harder to make loops that aren't the same size. Okay, and then just wrap whatever you've got left into the end there. snip off the end and then just tie. Okay, and then we can trim off the excess here and then just wrap that into that bubble. And with what's left here, just bend that over and wrap that in to make an additional loop. Okay, secure everything. And then with your little white bubble, you can just roll that knot a little bit along the end and pinch twist this bubble. So take hold of the knot and nozzle, bend it over and wrap that into that cluster of loop twists. Okay, so we've got loop twists that are really very randomly sized. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you'll enjoy this one next.